Mike Reed in the studio, and with me on the line is Rick Chambers with United Way of Jackson County. How are you today, Rick?
Great, Mike. Thanks for the opportunity to talk with you.
Oh, we're so glad to have you. Now, I understand there's a unique event coming up involving the United Way with Star Trek. I'm not familiar with this.
Yes. So the Michigan Theater is screening the latest episode of the web series Star Trek New Voyages. It's titled Mind-Sifter, and I wrote the teleplay.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
I'm a Star Trek fan from way back, so this is a great opportunity for me to watch an episode on a big screen and for the community to come in and share it. The screening's happening Thursday, January 22nd. Doors open at 7 o'clock, and I've got a little bit of a challenge for your listeners. Everyone who shows up in a Star Trek costume will prompt a donation from my business, which is Rick Chambers and Associates, to United Way of Jackson County to support Energizing Education.
Very good. Now, I wasn't familiar with these webisodes. I've been, watching the old episodes on Netflix and some of the spin-offs and so on. But there are webisodes based on the original characters?
That's correct. Star Trek New Voyages is actually a web-based version of the show.
Very cool.
It's awesome. It continues the adventures of the original Star Trek series, and it was actually launched in 2003 by executive producer James Cawley, and continues to be just a labor of love for some really amazing professionals.
So, how did you get involved with this?
Well, I've known about New Voyages for a number of years and really enjoyed the show. And I pitched a story for the series back in 2011. It was accepted. It was filmed the following summer. And since then, I've written one more original episode, plus the teleplay for this one that we're going to be showing at the Michigan Theater, Mind-Sifter. It's based on a wonderful story by the late Shirley Mayuski, who passed away some years ago. The story was published in the 1970s. I remember reading it when it first came out. So this is a dream come true for me to actually turn that into something that'll end up on the big screen.
That is amazing. I'm so impressed. I really am. Why do you think Star Trek has held its audience for nearly 50 years now?
Well, I think there's really three reasons. One, Star Trek presents a hopeful vision of the future when there are a lot of science fiction stories out there that tend to be a little bit more on the depressing side. Star Trek was always really about hope. Second, that it had a willingness and continues to have this sort of courage to tackle social issues such as war, racism, bigotry, and so on, and to do it in a way that really makes you think differently about those things. And finally, it just tells great stories. It's got great characters, and we're such a storytelling culture that I think it really resonates with the viewers.
Mm-hmm. Now, all of the, or at least a large portion of the proceeds from this screening at the Michigan Theater, that's going to benefit Energizing Education. That's
right. So actually, admission to the screening is free. And the money that will be raised will be based on folks that have the courage to dress up in Star Trek costumes. And again, my business will be making that donation. And in Energizing Education, for those that may not be familiar with it, came out of Cradle to Career. It's part of United Way, and it aims to help elementary students in Jackson County learn to read proficiently by fourth grade. We know that the first few years of reading in school are critical. Before third or fourth grade, you're learning to read. After that, you're reading to learn. So as a writer, it's a natural fit for me to support Energizing Education. I know how important it is for folks to read, and it benefits them all their life. And so this is just a great opportunity. I'm very excited to support it.
That's great. And why did you select our historic and beautiful Michigan Theater downtown?
Oh, I love the Michigan Theater. I absolutely love it. It's such a great asset in the Jackson community. Steve Tucker just does some great things there.
He's a close personal friend of mine.
He is. Well, and he's a great friend, I'm sure. He's a great guy. And When I told him about this, he was real excited, and it just really seemed like the right place to share Mind-Sifter with the Jackson community and to promote energizing education.
Very good. Now, I understand you have a special guest coming.
We do. So actor Brian Gross, who plays Captain James T. Kirk in Star Trek New Voyages, will be joining us. He and I will be doing a little Q&A after the screening. Brian is a really talented actor. He's from Los Angeles. He's been on a number of TV shows, CSI, NCIS. He was recently on the McCarthys. He used to have a regular role on Saving Grace. He was in the theatrical film Red Tails about the Tuskegee Airmen a couple of years ago. So he's excited to come up, and we're going to be there and joining the rest of the folks in Jackson there at the Michigan Theater.
Boy, this sounds like a really good time to me. I might have to clear my schedule. When is this happening again?
So it's Thursday, January 22nd at the Michigan Theater. The doors will open at 7. The show starts at 7:30. And again, we're really encouraging folks, wear a Star Trek costume. It's a great way to have a lot of fun and to support energizing education.
Very good. And do we have a website to refer to for more information for folks? Or
Sure. You can go to michigantheater.org. As always, uwjackson.org for United Way. And to find out more about the series itself, StarTrekNewVoyages.com.
Very good. I'm going to have to go there and view some of these webisodes. This is very interesting to me. I've been a fan for years, like many folks, and I'm very interested in this. All of a sudden, like I said, I've been watching the old spin-offs and the original series on the Netflix there, and I'm just about through. I finished the Voyager, and then now I'm on the one with Scott Bakula,
Enterprise. Well, I think you'll really enjoy New Voyages. It's extraordinarily well done. It's award-winning. Won a TV Guide Award a few years ago. It was nominated for a Hugo Award just a couple of years ago. It's a terrific series with terrific people, and Mind-Sifter, if I do say so myself, is an outstanding episode. I think your listeners will really love seeing it.
Well, excellent, and congratulations to you on this. I look forward to finding out more and hopefully getting down to the event if I'm not scheduled for a basketball game or something. So,
well, I'd love to see you there, Mike. I look forward to it.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, Rick, and we'll be talking to you again real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's Rick Chambers with the United Way of Jackson County.